We're live. I believe we're live. We should be live. We're good.
We're live?
We're live.
Right.
What's up, guys?
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I gotta
I
pull
want
it
to
up.
make sure
I'll pull
everything
it
pulls
up
up here. Things
Yeah.
are going a little slow.
It's a little slow today.
Jenny's got the janky wireless. We just got the Zoom working. Things are
Let's see.
slow. We're gonna do a quick stream today.
Yeah.
Jenny, you have an MRI today, right?
Oh man,
Yeah.
good
So
luck.
Jenny's
I
got to
do.
go.
I gotta go have an MRI. Never did that before. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a new experience.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Never had a CAT scan before, huh? Or is that the same thing? Are MRIs and CAT scans the same thing?
Mm-mm.
No, they're not.
No?
Same
Isn't-
machine.
Same machine.
Oh.
Okay, that's why was confused. Okay.
Same machine, different imaging.
So what did when I had my appendix out, I went in the tube and got what is that? Like it's in radiology, right? But then it's like what is that? Is that a CAT scan or an MRI? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor. What's up, guys?
There are
Brent,
reasons I'm not a radiologist. I
Yes,
don't.
that
freaking
Brent
know.
is working,
None
but
of
he's
us are.
around.
There's reasons
Yeah.
that none of us are. Yeah.
Hey Ben, what's up, buddy? And
Feel better. Brent.
Hello.
okay, guys.
Mike and I
So
both get migraines, so we
Oh,
feel like
I just saw
no,
that.
I don't. As long as
Yeah,
I
man.
have my meds, if you know what I mean. No, I don't.
yeah,
get headaches.
right.
But yeah, that's another topic for another day, guys. Anyway,
No,
I
please
wanted-
go on. No, I'm kidding.
No, please.
Um,
Yes, this is Massachusetts. It's all on the.
Yeah,
it's all
we're
on
good,
the
we're good,
the straight and narrow, baby.
Now tell us all about it.
So let's talk a little bit. Well, first of all, Hawkeye. I was really enjoying how it seemed like it was across the board positivity, and our little group, our little all new nerds umbrella team of people seems like everybody agreed, and we usually have at least some.
favorite thing this year. That's
Really?
my favorite
Yeah, that's
Marvel thing this
crazy.
year.
Marvel all together, even including the movies.
Mhm.
Shang-Chi included,
Yeah, it's-
and
The movies overall have been mid, I would say.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
unusual
This
that
year.
like all
Mid
of
or
you guys,
underwhelming.
let alone all of you and all of us agree.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
it seems like we all agree that we like this.
I feel like there's
It's
always
a
one
lot
person in our
so
group
far.
that's different from at least one, or at least.
Well,
one-
I thought I was a little different because this is like my favorite and most hyped.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my favorite yet,
all
but
year.
I'm thinking
That's-
I was not expecting much, and I came out feeling a lot better than I was into. Like I'm like, wow, that was actually like a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the next episode.
I was having trouble getting hyped, but now I'm like,
I was
not
wait
wait
so
to
in.
see.
Yeah, we can confirm here on Jedi Jive that Johnny.
Like I'm so excited to see the next episode. I honestly can't wait.
Me
I
too.
keep like wishing I could watch it
I
like
know.
right now.
Me too.
Yeah, Johnny, you've
Me
been
too.
consistent too. I got to give it to you. You've been mentioning Hawkeye for months and months and
I
months.
have.
You're not
I
like
have.
some bandwagoner here.
Nope.
You're definitely.
Nope.
You are the OG.
Nope.
Hawkeye's gonna be the shit. Like, don't sleep on
and
it.
Hawkeye has
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
Levi read the comic that the story is based on. The majority
Yeah.
of the story is based on, and I'm gonna wait because because there seems to be some like he kind of knows what's gonna happen because they introduce certain characters in these first two episodes that have a big part in that book. So like it seems to be that they might have the same fate or some kind of twist upon that. So I didn't want to get any of that spoiled. So after that I'm gonna read the Hawkeye book. But anyways,
Cool. And I really liked how
My
like.
favorite thing, the thing I'm most excited about, obviously,
Oh yeah.
is Echo and like the appearance of Echo. I'm so like remarkably excited she's getting her own show, but
Yes.
seeing her turn up at the end there I was like chills down my spine. And
Cool.
Mike and I were talking about this the other day. It didn't occur to me in the moment, but it just occurred to me afterwards that the fact that Hawkeye is going deaf and his child is learning sign language, that's not nothing. She's deaf. That's going to come back around.
Yeah.
Like I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
good
that's going
call.
to become relevant in a minute that his kid is learning to sign, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like you could see his son and Echo having a conversation with each other in sign language or what.
Yeah.
Like don't be scared or something. Something it'll happen.
Yeah.
And I like that setup.
Yeah,
I
Ben in the comments is talking about potential Kingpin tie-ins, and we have talked about this that
Yeah.
in the comics she's
Yes.
connected to Kingpin and Daredevil, and there have been so many rumors
Not to plug, but we
about
made a
those two
video on
possibly
it.
returning
Check it out.
/
Yeah.
entering the
Made a
MCU,
video
and I
about
wonder
all that.
I will check your video out, but
Yes, we did.
But like the fact that she's
Levi and
here
Dan
and
did
then
a great
she's getting
job.
her own show, I'm like, are we gonna see Vincent D'Onofrio? Are we gonna see Charlie Cox like coming in?
I know,
So,
so I'll
yeah.
just. I mean,
What's up, Lavelle? Good to
I
see
know.
you, buddy.
I know that situation for well, not exactly how, but I do know that yes, in fact, there is a bigger connection.
Do you guys think that if Kingpin Vincent D'Onofrio shows up, that it's the same Netflix character, or they're just using the same actor?
So what they're doing is it's the same actors, but they are different versions.
Giving him a fresh,
Different versions.
I vibe with that.
There is a description on him
Yeah.
that makes it sound very much different than the Netflix.
There may be a little bit of that Ralph Boner situation where people will make a connection and then be like, "It's they're blending
No.
universes." Like,
No, it's
and
not. I mean, well, to begin with, it was in the MCU to begin with, but then they took it out. But
there's
no.
a certain like level where they have to be a little careful,
right.
not to mess too much with people's headcanon, because those shows did so well, and most of
Right.
us have all seen those shows.
sure.
But at
Right.
the same time, that's like
MCU,
it's
they
in keeping with the way comic books
Yeah,
work. where
they're
when you
making
get a
their
new
own
series,
versions.
You
They're
get a
gonna
new
make-
version of that character, so it's
Right.
not like out of pocket.
yeah, no,
Right.
they're gonna make their own version.
Right.
MCU will have their definitive, like you will be able to tell differences, and like obviously when we see Daredevil in a suit, he'll have
And
a much different suit and stuff like that.
what about Matt
And
Murdock, John?
Kingpin. For this, no,
No, not in this, but
no.
the
There's
appearance
a
of
lot of-
Vincent
there's a lot
D'Onofrio
of-
will kind of
There's a lot of future for those characters. It seems to be. They seem to be becoming in a lot of things, which is
yeah.
I question some of the projects, but
Although
No.
not necessarily. I mean, you can. There are certain ways that you can bring characters from, like Katie Sackhoff, for instance, being Bo-Katan as a voice actress, and then going and playing her in real life, live action. But you don't get all of the voice actors to play the roles necessarily. So like you could get Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin, and then like have a completely new Daredevil. It wouldn't have to it doesn't have to match across the board.
we could,
but
but we're not
yeah.
going to.
No, yeah. That's true.
I will
Yeah.
say, I'm really the one thing that excites me. Sean in the comments is pointing out that here you can just say they're variants and it all makes sense. Like even in
Yeah.
canon,
It's
in
not.
universe,
It's not.
it all
It's
makes
not.
sense,
Oh.
which
I
is
see
a
what
bit
you're
of a
saying.
cop out,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have that now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
see
will
what you're saying.
say though, like that is one of my favorite actors in the universe. I think he's one of like the greatest actors in any country alive
Correct.
working today, and I actually didn't love him in Daredevil. I thought it was like
You'll be a
Nick
much
Cage
different
level
version.
overacting.
You're talking
I
about
don't-
Vincent
I don't-
D'Onofrio.
I don't agree with that, but I
He gets to like Vince D'Onofrio. The
Yeah.
Yeah, I
fact that
know.
he's gonna have a chance to explore like a different
be a
version
different
or a different
Kingpin.
shade is exciting because I'd like to
Correct.
see him like try a different tone with that
Yep.
character maybe.
Yep. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be much different from Netflix. And
For
that's,
for me,
that's
Vincent
100%.
D'Onofrio is always like to me. I always think of Egger. That's all I'm ever
I
gonna
have a
think
theory.
of.
I have a theory on how he's gonna come in. I think I have.
Oh, really?
think How
Sugar
we're gonna,
in
how we're
water.
gonna, when we're gonna see him, and how we're gonna see him. So we know about this. They set up that Kate's mom is. They have a wedding. They have a wedding that's gonna happen, and I think one of the guests is going to be Kingpin, and that'll be the first reveal and the first time we see Kingpin.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we'll get that
Oh.
probably as
Let's
maybe
talk about her.
And-
end credit type thing, and like literally like he'll pull up.
She's
as one of
definitely
the
up to no
guests.
good. Let's talk
Oh,
about her
yes.
for a minute.
Clearly.
Ben Rafferty says, "I feel like Matt Murdock is given. He'll be in She-Hulk because they're lawyers."
there's a
Exactly,
strong
being lawyers.
chance.
It does make
There's a
sense.
strong-
Jennifer
It's like-
Walters and yeah,
Strong
It would,
chance.
it would honestly be weird if they didn't.
or not even have the Daredevil
Um,
character. Just have Matt
Let's
Murdock.
talk about
Just
in
at
court.
least have Matt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's briefly
Fine.
talk about Eleanor Bishop because that character is definitely
Yeah.
up to no good. Like the
Correct.
more I think about it, the more reasons I have to believe she is like a big
Yeah.
nasty villain.
The,
I
Big-
the
had a whole
idea is
conversation
that
in the
she's
comments
a,
on one of our reaction videos with a guy named Jim who was like, maybe she even killed the father. I was like, I don't know, maybe, but there's just so much going on with her, and I think she's a bad guy for sure.
That was a very off-screen. Like, wait, the mom lived, but the dad didn't. Like,
Right.
she just
There
kind
is-
of.
there is a
Not
lot
a
of red
mess.
hair. I do think she could be some sort of red herring and not be like the big bad. However, I do think she is going to be revealed to be a character called Madame Mask, and that seems to be the idea.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm more interested in her, her non-husband.
Yeah. Jack.
what's the
Swordsman.
word? Swordsman.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Swordsman.
Yeah. Because he's obviously
fiancé, her
he's obviously a
partner, yeah.
misdirect as well.
He is a villain in the comics, and we've seen him have.
Or he's an
holding back his
anti-hero.
fencing skills
What?
or something like that, which is interesting.
Yeah.
That seems.
We were talking about how that implies
what
that
that
since
character. This is the wrong universe, but the immediate connection that I made in my head was an Arrowverse connection. Again, wrong publisher, wrong universe. But I kept thinking of Malcolm Merlyn, who seems like this douchey.
Yeah, it's
the John Barrowman in Arrow, who plays this sort of douchey tech or finance bro, and then it turns out he's like an archer as skilled as Green Arrow is.
It's very much like
he's
that.
He's a consistent sort of devilish bad guy throughout the series, and I got like serious Malcolm Merlyn vibes off of Jack, and it's obvious that he's like a much better swordsman.
Jack just reminded me of Ron Burgundy.
The stash.
He looks and sounds like Ron Burgundy. It just, I don't know.
With the fake
Anyway, Johnny in the All New Nerds
accent also. It was like, what is that?
Very Ron Burgundy. John, in the All New Nerds podcast, not podcast, your stream the other day, I had pointed out that when Kate's mom appears in a red dress, and it was very like immediately like I immediately got the the red dress thing, just like it gave off a villain vibe immediately.
I question if it's a red herring though.
But then the tracksuits are also red, so I was like, maybe
it was like the fur coat. She was like,
but hold on, I haven't
Christmas also the whole.
Hold on.
I think everyone at that party is somehow related into
like
a crime organization.
But,
clear me up on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, clear me up on this. When the tracksuits were
mafia Christmas party,
were interrogating him, and he was like tied up in the warehouse or whatever towards the end, right before Kate falls in, there's like a shadowy like boss figure on the side where he's like, "Can I talk to your like supervisor or whatever?" And you just see his like silhouette. And my thing was like, wait a minute, is that the like dad? And the dad actually didn't die, and the dad is a Russian mobster like gangster leader, and like. That's why I was connecting the tracksuit mafia and the mother being red, having that symbolism. Because I don't know, they're very specific with their colors sometimes. The way
yet, but there are multiple reasons. There are like
who was that? Why'd they put him in the shadows like that?
Multiple reasons, both from like a story standpoint and a production standpoint.
I thought it was Echo.
That I think there's more to the dad story.
Was there another thing that I might?
Well, no, Echo was
being like the boss that they go talk to at the end of that. But like,
she's in the like back room or whatever.
Possibly that's Kingpin, because like Echo's tied
to
Kingpin.
Kingpin's not gonna.
But I think there's a strong possibility that we're going to hear more about this. I think there's a strong possibility, one way or another, without committing to a theory, that we're going to hear more about the dad. Not only because like we didn't see him die. Yeah. And there's shady stuff going on with all these people, but also because just from a production standpoint, that's a significant actor they got to play. He's like a Tony nominated, like big Broadway star. That's a big actor to play like a tiny part that dies right away.
Right.
And I was like, I feel like we're gonna, whether it's a flashback to the death or whether it's, and I said I'd always protect you. He was like, I'll do what I always do. I'll protect you. Maybe he didn't really die, like whatever it is. I feel like that character's coming back around at some point. We're going to find out more about the dad.
Also, we had pointed out that it seemed like there may be some sort of like financial aspect to Kate's mom's involvement with Armand, and like, did he bail them out financially or something? Because there was an implication at the beginning that they were maybe having money trouble, and that's why they were selling their apartment or their condo or whatever. So is it possible then that in order to like solve like whatever debt problem the father had, the mother had him, like, I don't know. There's a lot of different possibilities, but they're 100% sus, and there's no.
I know.
More the way, it's sort of like wild to try to come up with specific theories.
Yeah.
All the characters that we've met besides Kate and Clint, I think, are pretty much villains. Everyone at that party.
Jenny, you had pointed out that the tracksuit mafia are like lovable villains, the way they're so stupid and like pet-like to the ones that are in charge. I said that they gave off the vibe that they might end up fighting for the good guys at some point.
The NoHo Hanks crew in Barry, how they're like terrible at their jobs.
Yeah.
Like
they're too comedic to be like actually bad.
Just because it happened in the comic books doesn't necessarily mean anything. But that would be kind of in keeping with Echo's character. Because she has a turnaround where she starts off like with Kingpin fighting against Daredevil and then kind of switches sides. Like, I don't know, it would be in keeping with that. The fact that she's getting her own show where she's the protagonist indicates she's probably not just a bad guy.
We didn't actually mention where Yelena might pop into all of this yet.
I believe it'll be next week.
Like immediately in the next
This
episode.
week. Excuse me, this week.
Do you think it's going to be a scenario where, like we said, like it looked like in the end of Black Widow that she got sent on a hit to go kill Clint Barton by
I think it'll
Val,
come.
so
I think it'll come out.
is she going to come out of nowhere trying to kill Clint, and he's going to be like, "What now? Like, how many like angles am I going to have to like deal with shit?"
another.
The pressure will already be on him, and then Yelena comes in. Yes.
So, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, do we get like how quickly do we get to flip Yelena to the like, okay, we're not trying. She's not trying to kill me anymore. Like we're trying to get together and fight the bad guys together.
I think we'll get one scene of her trying to kill him, and then he.
It would be great to see Yelena and Maya
and
Lopez, Echo get together and like turn into good guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so Echo has a signature like
because she's gonna
handprint
have
on
to
her
like
face, and that's like
the
her
whole
signature thing, and
of...
she hasn't gotten that yet. So we need to. So that should, I believe it should.
True.
That should be in this.
Is
show.
Hawkeye ending after Spider-Man comes out?
I don't really like the Hawkeye thing. I think
It's like
probably the most
5
confusing
weeks
thing
from
I've
now.
ever actually had to. Like we debated
Wait,
about
what day
it
is that?
for. Oh, wait, you're saying? Oh, I think I'm in the MCU timeline.
Yeah, no, I meant like, well, that too.
Yeah,
that
so
is a whole
it'll
nother
be-
conversation.
It'll
but-
be Hawkeye will end on that Wednesday.
Yeah, so it's the same week.
Yeah. Yep.
So Spider-Man's coming out right after
Yes.
Hawkeye. Okay. So there doesn't need to be like events that match up in the movies necessarily, like
Well-
Hawkeye King. Well, anyway, you
I
guys were
think
talking
it's the
about there's
same
some confusion about the
Christmas.
timeline itself
I
about like
think
when
it's
things
the
are
same
happening.
Christmas, but this show is been
So
said that
all
it's
of the
2
like
years
Sinister
after
Six
Endgame.
characters like are happening during Hawkeye,
Yes.
and like we're seeing none of it.
It's been said.
Well,
like,
maybe-
that
I don't
this
know.
is 2 years after Endgame.
Okay.
And I have to check again, but I thought Far From Home was like the summer, like the upcoming summer after Endgame. So I don't know how. I seriously don't know. But then No Way Home is supposed to stretch from Halloween to Christmas. That's the whole idea. But now we're thinking like, oh my god, wait, what if Hawkeye is like after like Doctor Strange, after all this, after Ant-Man 3, after Kang came in? Like, it's very confusing where everything falls in.
Prince says, I think it might be Kate who manages to convince Yelena that Clint did not kill his
That too.
sister.
Yeah, I think it'll be one scene where Yelena is going after him like nonstop, and then while they're fighting.
What's up,
like,
Angie?
They explain it. So I think it'll be a cool scene. I'm excited to see her.
So you think they're gonna wrap that
Yes, pretty quickly.
conflict up quickly? In other words, like
quickly,
that she'll
yes.
come in, but then it'll
Yep.
quickly be solved rather than like
yes.
dragging.
I
it out.
kind of want that
They
too
have a
because
lot. I mean,
Yelena is such an enjoyable
Sure, so,
character.
like, in the
like,
first two
no,
episodes,
it'll
there are
be-
already like 4 separate conflicts going on.
yeah.
So,
They'll have
Yeah,
to
we
wrap it
love
up
that
quickly.
character.
There's too much. There's too much going on. So.
Yeah.
we don't want to be like angry at her for.
Plus, they've
long.
also already established the comedy as like one of the better mechanisms the show is using
Yeah.
to like have the characters interact with one another. And Yelena was like hella funny, so
Yeah.
I'd love to
We-
see her and Clint and Kate like get to like comedy banter with each other. Like that could be some funny stuff.
We
I'm
will
sure.
get we'll get that scene that we saw for Disney Plus Day, the car chase scene. We'll get that for this week, which is exciting. So
Yeah.
we'll see them escape and everything. So that'll be cool.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that because that scene was awesome.
Because during the Rogers musical, like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, Clint
What did you guys
has
think of that?
Oh, amazing. We agreed. Like, I
But
actually kind of
there's-
want to see the real thing.
No, but
like,
they
It's
recorded.
so good.
they
It's my favorite
recorded
thing that's,
more
like, ever
more
happened,
music
ever.
numbers than what we saw. There's more recorded music numbers than what
that's
we saw.
what we thought.
Jeremy-
I
yeah.
want them all.
Jeremy-
like inject that
Jeremy
shit
Renner said
directly
that.
into my veins.
It seemed
That
so
was the best thing I've
polished
ever
and like
seen.
done.
No,
yeah.
there's more. There's more apparently. That's what Jeremy Renner said.
Where it's
so
like that's
I don't
not a
know-
simple just like
Good.
block and shoot. Like you can't just like make a scene like that without having all of
Yeah.
those
I
participants
don't
like
know. I
rehearse
don't know
that
if
stuff.
we'll get it. I don't know where we would get it, but
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that there are more than what we saw.
Oh,
There's more
loved
than what we
it.
saw.
Anyway, I was talking about how like during that scene, like
I made the comment to Mike that like
Go ahead, Jenny.
She's very delayed, I think.
Yeah, I
I
know
was gonna
it's
say
tough.
both of the first 2 episodes had a very like direct fan service. I'm sorry, it's hard.
No, it's okay.
I was
Okay.
Mike and I were talking about the fact that both the first 2 episodes had like some very real fan service, being like the musical in the first episode and the LARPing scene in the second episode
Yes.
that were like hilarious and over the top, but they were also like very I don't know, they weren't dismissive or condescending. They were also made with love towards the people who actually belong to those communities, like to actual role playing people or to musical theater geeks like me. Like that was so over the top and silly, but like also I love musical theater and I would watch that show. Like it was, they were made with love. Those like they were
that group, New York City LARPers, is probably a real group, and those were probably people that those were probably real members of the group in New York City that do that. Like they probably just like,
oh, you know what?
We're like, hey, you guys want to be in a TV show?
So well done.
Maybe I'm wrong. I think Hawkeye ends on the 22nd, so I'm sorry. So we'll get the 5th episode the week of No Way Home.
22nd, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, so Hawkeye will be ending after Spider-Man comes out.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm just wondering if there's going to be any cross references between the two movies, if like depending.
Yeah, I mean, like I think they're going on at the same time. That's the thing. So
yeah,
I think the only connection we could get is like seeing at the end of No Way Home, where it's like they're on the Statue of Liberty having that fight and the sky opens like that. Like that's what I think. Well, like that would be a thing that we like could connect. But now it seems like this is a separate year. These are just 2 different years.
Yeah. Well, either way, regardless of the year, I don't think we're going to be seeing Spider-Man and Hawkeye. I think it's just going to be.
No, I'm not saying I don't need to see Spider-Man. But I'm saying like they're like seeing an implication from No Way Home or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I would say at the end of Hawkeye, I think we might see something. Just to connect it and make sure like it is the same Christmas kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
In a combination of it's 6 episodes, but I don't think like with Loki they gave us like 1 episode a week. It wasn't like 2 on the first week.
Well, they're doing
WandaVision.
They did Hawkeye because of Boba.
Okay. Well, anyway, WandaVision they did do 2 episodes the first week,
Boba.
but they were
Book of Boba's coming.
The 2 WandaVision episodes were short ones. These ones, I was pleasantly surprised to
50
see
minutes
that
each.
over 50 minutes.
Yeah, because they were doing sitcom length episodes.
Yeah. So we got like the length of like 1 feature length movie already.
No, this is the Hawkeye movie, Mike. This is the Hawkeye movie.
Yeah, but it's like a 4-hour Hawkeye movie, or however long that adds up. Yeah,
but I think it's like it's honestly felt like a movie so far.
Yeah, it has. You're right.
I don't think it's felt like a show, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
No,
I think it's felt like a movie. Cool.
And I feel like there's only 4 episodes left, but knowing that like I feel like they're going to be at least 50 minutes. Like it seemed like maybe all 6 episodes will be exactly the same length.
They will be consistent length.
I would be
shocked if they went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will be consistent.
Which puts it at like almost 5 hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway, it's great. I'm loving I loved the. It didn't seem long. It didn't seem too short. It seemed like they fit what they needed to fit, right in. It didn't feel pacing was good.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did like it. So well paced. Such good pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good action, and then they had like plenty of time to like slow down and do certain things, like where he's like he's bandaging her up.
Yeah.
And Jenny pointed out, it's like, oh, they're like professional colleagues, but it's also like a father-daughter relationship.
Right.
Yeah, it's the constant with him. We've seen this happen multiple times along the way, where he has to like sort of humble himself in a way to be paternal, whether it's like taking the L in public for that LARPing guy because like it's the nice thing to do, or whether it's putting a bandage on Kate's head, but at the same time he has to like get shit done and treat her the way he would treat any other like superhero colleague. They've got mobsters coming after them, they have things to do, so it's this constant sort of yin and yang, like back and forth. He has like an instinct towards each thing, be a superhero, like be a carer, be a dad, and he's torn between those 2 extremes.
Yeah, definitely. I
also love that they've committed to like a really distinct design aesthetic. The like all nighttime. Mike observed, like it's like Gotham City. Everything happens at night. We've only seen, like, with very few exceptions, like mostly nighttime scenes. The Christmas, the sort of design elements of that, they've really committed hard to like an aesthetic the way a film would. You don't always see that on an episodic television show. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to bring up before we continue. There are so many winks and nods about Kingpin in these first 2 episodes.
You think so?
Shocked.
What beyond
shocked? They reference the head of crime so many times. There is someone Like
When?
in that part in
When?
the second episode, I'd have to find the exact quote. But there was a lot. I'll have to go back. I'll
The
send
Russian,
them-
like the Tracksuit Mafia guys mention it.
No, it was at the party. A lot of stuff was at the party that raised. my
Oh,
eyebrow.
like when Armand is saying stuff to
yeah,
Kate.
to Kate and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, there.
At
like,
at
there's-
first, before
there's
I
a
like
lot.
heard the conversation, like at first I was like, it almost seemed like Armand was like making some sleazy advance
Yeah.
on Kate.
Yes, it did.
And but then that kind of like immediately dissipated, and it was like, oh wait, they actually know each other. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was confused a little bit. Whereas like
no,
at
I
first-
was too. I feel the same way.
Because I don't think it was supposed to be that. I think I just like misinterpreted what he
Yeah.
said or something, and
Yeah.
it seems sleazy. Well, anyway, they were all those. They were
Yeah.
sleazy because they were.
I
like,
could
in
be
the-
reading into it too much, but there were a lot of things I picked up on. I was like, oh wow, they're just.
They're all sleazy. As
Yeah.
John has like
Yeah.
observed, all of these people are criminals.
I believe
just
they're
a bunch of
they're
creepy
all they
criminals,
are
like
all
a
in
lot
the
of
crime organization
them,
controlled by
all of
Kingpin.
them.
Controlled by
Yeah.
Whistling Fisk. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's
where.
where it was like when Armand and Kate's mom were having their little squabble in the other room. Like you couldn't really tell the context of it, but it did seem like Armand had something on the mom,
Her,
like
the
the
mom.
mom owed him, or like the mom was like
Right.
doing something inappropriate and he had information
Yeah.
about her,
Yeah,
or something,
Is
or
it,
like
is it Eurelio? No, how do you say that?
that's why like when she came out and
That
Kate
was the
confronted her, the
impression
mom
I
was
got.
like,
My
"Oh yeah,
immediate thought, like
nothing."
my immediate thought in the moment was what you said earlier, that maybe he had bailed them out of their financial troubles that they were having at the beginning of the show. It could
Yeah.
be that, but it could be that plus a lot of other stuff, like she's involved in criminal enterprise with him. It definitely did seem though that like he had something on her. She was beholden to him in some way,
Yes.
but also was not particularly intimidated by him. Like she can hold her own in that argument, and she's obviously up to no good as well. So it's a lot of like criminals having, you know, blackmail material on other criminals, or have
Do you think it's likely that
Thing,
Kate's
you know,
mom
on
and
other
Jack
criminals.
are in cahoots with
lot
each
of
other,
dirty
or
dealing.
I don't know.
do you think that they're not really in love with each other and just the
I think
mother?
It wouldn't
like, I-
think
surprise
they're really
me.
together.
It wouldn't shock me.
I think both.
But I
honestly
honestly think they're trying to play
They
each
think-
other. Like
yeah,
I think they
yeah.
both are trying to play.
I do
each
think it'll
other,
be a
and they probably
genuine.
both
I
know
do
each
think it'll
other
be
are
a
bad
genuine
guys,
wedding,
but
though.
I think this is a lot of like
You know what you also mentioned, Jenny,
interesting.
is that it may not be necessarily that Kate's mom is definitely a villain. It might just be as simple as like she has secrets that are like she like maybe she's her own badass. Like you said, she could be like the best with a sword of anybody or something,
Right.
and we don't know that
At
about
this
her
point,
yet.
neither
Or-
would surprise me. Like it might be that she's secretly been a good guy, like working for Kate's protection, but like trafficking with criminals in service of that goal, or it could be that she's actually just a villain herself. Like neither one of those two things would surprise me. The one thing I'm very, very certain of is that there's a lot more to her than meets the eye, and that she has
Yeah.
a lot of secrets that haven't
So wait,
been
does the
revealed yet.
does the fencing skills kind of make Kate a little bit of an upgrade from Clint, because she's got the rival proficiency in
She
the
is
archery,
definitely
but
a
she's also a champion fencer. Like he's
better
not.
athlete than Clint. Yes.
Yeah. And we also at first I was like, oh my god, like how is the
Yeah,
the,
she's like a black belt martial artist.
the
She's a
Ronin
fencer,
costume just like
champion.
fit her perfectly, but then I realized that like Clint is actually Jeremy Renner's a short guy.
'Cause Jeremy
Right.
Renner's like 4 feet tall.
I
No,
just
he's
wanted
like
to-
5'8".
I wanted to shout. So I think is it Eurelio?
But they're the same height.
They so they're in the auction. They mention for the Ronin auction, the Ronin suit. There is someone who says mention the head of crime, like that is said in that episode, in that part. So that's
Okay,
section.
yeah.
That's one section. And then Brent said something about Kingpin, and like what if this is like his beginning as Kingpin? I think he's already well established in the crime ring, and like it's just gonna be it's a matter
Yeah.
of time before we get him. So
Mhm.
I think he's already full 100% Kingpin. Like he's been the head of crime for years. So anyways, just want to say that.
Oh my god, so many characters. Like I'm thinking about like Punisher and
Yeah,
of
what
cour-
Magic
of
Fire
course
I don't
Blade.
know.
Comments, that's
I have
kind of
no
exactly
idea
the
if they'll
point I
ever
was
do Punisher.
making.
To be honest with you, I'm not like or maybe not ever do Punisher. Like I don't know. I don't think it'll be
Oh
anytime
god, he
soon.
was so good. That show
Or
was so
just
good.
the like
But
the
I-
Kevin
gun
Feige-
gun
Kevin
violence
Feige did not
subject
like that.
altogether
Kevin
is
Feige
not.
did not like that show. So that's all I'll say.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it'll definitely be a
Yeah,
recast.
I don't understand.
if
He
I-
has
from
weird
what I
issues
understand.
about the Netflix shows.
From what I understand, it'll be a recast. But anyways,
yeah.
I want to point out what Magic Fire is saying in the comments. That's what I was trying to articulate. If you look at like Eleanor in the opening scene, before the Battle of New York. She's this sort of like granola, Upper East Side, like nice mom, right? And then the stylistic difference to becoming this like sleek with the dress and the haircut, and she looked like Kristen Wiig's evil character in Barb and Star. If anybody saw that movie, that was like the most ridiculous, over the top villain. The style choices were the same, and the like stylistic differences. It makes me wonder if it is like all this stuff happened, the Battle of New York, they were in trouble financially, their apartment got destroyed, blah 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 blah, and if it's like I became a supervillain to protect you, I did it all for you kind of deal, but that she's actually like done some unforgivable stuff in the meantime. And that's that again,
including
like,
maybe kill the dad, but that's,
I feel like that's a likely, like she got involved with Armand because it was right, including perhaps kill the dad, who knows, but like any number of bad things, that she got involved with Armand and potentially Kingpin and this whole criminal syndicate because it was the best way she knew to provide for her child and make sure that her child was protected. But that she sort of, there's a line, you know, at some point you cross a line. And how much bad shit can you do and still claim that it was like for a good reason? So I think the question is going to be like, which side of the sort of ethical line does she fall on versus Kate, her daughter, who genuinely wants to be like a superhero, a good guy, right?
Yeah. That was Kate definitely like stepped into the role, like in terms of like when you see her like right away at boarding school or wherever it is, just her, you know, her fancy rich kid school that she's at, that would have a bell tower like that. And she's doing things like that, like you said, like just like doing a prank at school. Like she's got like this world-class talent, but she's using it to like do pranks. But at the same time, she's fearless like that. Like that kind of thing is like she's ready to go, and like the way when Clint is trying to get rid of her and he gives her like exchanges phone numbers or whatever, and then she's like, I'll call you, like, and it's immediately like she has like a separation anxiety from him right away. But she's hungering to step into the role. She wants to participate. She's not afraid. She's bold. She's gonna take action. So yeah, that like she's already stepping into the role in that regard.
Her whole life
well, and in the very, very surfacey way, that's her father figure.
Right.
Yeah.
She loved her father. She adored her father. He said, I'm always going to protect you. And then promptly, at least as far as she knows, died. And in that same moment when she lost like her beloved father, she saw Hawkeye jumping off a building and saving her life. And she's like molded her skills around his skills. Like this is her father figure before she even met him, really. It's like the guy she idolized instead of having a dad, and now she's with him personally, and this is like immediately she's like, be my dad, be my daddy, you know. It's this very surface level, like Psych 101 analysis, but it's surfacey in Psych 101 because it's accurate, you know.
Yeah. You know what else I loved, we talked about this briefly, Jenny, about how when it came time for Clint to communicate with his wife, he straight up told her everything that was happening. Like, he didn't like, you know, mask it at all, and the wife was 100% receptive to it too. It wasn't like, are you kidding me? Are you doing this again? You told me you were gonna come home, like what you would expect most wives in that situation to do. She was immediately just like, oh, here we go. Like she was 100% supportive of,
no, they're a true partnership,
and he was honest about it. I love that because I was convinced going into this that maybe this was going to be like his marriage was going to be in trouble because of this and yada yada yada. Maybe that was going to be, but no, it seems like they're good to go, and like that gives you hope though that he's going to make it home. Like in the end, he's not going to die. Like they've brought Clint so close to death already. Like why would they bring him back there again?
Sean, I like that. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, that Kingpin is. He says if we get any mention of Kingpin, maybe he helped out when Kate was younger, and now the mom owes him her whole wealthy lifestyle. Yeah. That's
something along those lines, yeah.
Because one of the things you did kind of hear, I didn't have the subtitles on, but like Armand said something along the lines of like, I know people in high places too, or something like that.
Yes, that's another thing.
Another reference you were talking about, yeah.
You got to think like, and also like,
Dimes of a Dollar Podcast, really Cobra Kai, and Boba Fett hype baby. Yeah, I do want to. We have to make this a quick stream, by the way. I don't want to get
Ronan. You got to think about Ronan though. Ronan went after basically the entire crime organization of like the whole world. So like
Yeah, the entire crime underworld of the city.
he like
Yeah.
Kingpin wants to like now that he's seen like Ronan again, he knows like Ronan is still out there. Like that's like he's going after him. He's going after Ronan 100%.
Yeah.
He's like disrupted his business too much for him not to notice. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I do want to, guys. I love talking about
and the
Hawkeye.
connection to Echo.
Yeah, and we're gonna have lots of good Hawkeye conversations in the next few weeks. But this does need to be a quick stream, and I did want to hype up Book of Boba Fett
and Cobra
and Cobra Kai. Yeah, I know.
You know this.
Jenny, you're not gonna be on the Cobra Kai train with me, right? Because you're not necessarily a Cobra Kai fanatic, right?
No, I really honestly don't.
Okay, so we don't need to touch too much.
I'll be
that.
there.
That's actually at the
I'm there
last.
with you.
I believe
Boba
Cobra
Fett,
Kai is
yes, I'm
actually
here
like
for Book of Boba.
I'm pretty sure it's like New Year's Day or it's around.
Yeah, it'll be like season 3.
So like we could save that for later. But Book of Boba Fett, did you guys catch the TV spot that dropped today?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
It didn't have anything new to it, but it gave me chills. It gave me it gave me the hype vibe. Like it was a quick little like I feel like it was only 30 seconds. It was one of those quick little TV spot trailers.
Brent
and there was
me.
there was nothing new, but it was just like, yes, let's go. It gave me the chills. And Jenny, I'm ready as hell to react to Book of Boba Fett with you, because I mention it time and time again. This is Jedi Jive.
I'm watching it live.
Nice, Johnny's watching it. Yeah, the main reason I started this channel was for
new.
Star Wars. Book of Boba Fett is gonna be lit, people. Let's get real.
Some of these shots I feel like I haven't seen.
Do it, Brent. Do it.
Johnny's watching it right now as
I'm excited.
we stream.
Yeah,
good,
Brent
dude.
said there was so much in 30 seconds. Yeah, that's mostly stuff you saw in the original trailer,
Yeah,
but
mostly.
it's a lot of those musical cues and just sort of like hearing Tamara Morrison's
The
voice
amount
being
of
like,
stuff we're getting in
I'm
Book of
Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett. I don't think I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. I don't think I know like barely any of it. But from what I know, oh boy.
You're not ready for it? What do you mean?
I'm
Wait,
not ready for Book of Boba
you mean
Fett.
you're just like, you can't handle it? Is that
I
what you
can't
mean?
handle it.
Yeah, you're just like, it's too much. But did you feel that way about Mandalorian? For sure, right?
Mando was a little different, I feel like.
Really? Even going into season 2 when you were like anticipating like, wow, we could get Katie Sackhoff, we could get like all of these things that did end up coming true that were just like high hopes before the season. But hey,
that's true. Dude,
I feel like
it was
what are you
literally
most
all I
like
thought
literally
about.
what are you most
It
excited
was
for?
all I thought about for like that whole like 8-week span or however long that was.
I like don't want to get too excited.
What did you say? Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, what are you most excited for? Because to me, like, the prospect of a possible Cad Bane live action appearance is the like that alone makes me like,
that's it.
like yes, my
Yes.
balls are in my throat just thinking
Yes.
about that. I'm like,
I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna probably
Yeah.
cry. It's gonna be
yes,
insane.
dude, and just the reactions
Can you
alone, I
imagine
can't wait.
like the
I can't wait.
design
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
and like the creative, the artistic opportunity of creating that character live?
And then they're gonna make all the hot toys, and then I'm gonna want to get those. So it's just gonna
Yeah,
be
like you know
insane.
how like they've been kind of selling the season as like Boba Fett being like more diplomatic, or like he wants to be more of the like peacemaker now, as opposed to the like the crime leader through fear. Now he's the crime leader through like diplomacy or whatever. Or it kind of implied that Boba Fett was gonna like be taking a new approach in that regard, right? And that like,
if we're getting one of the episodes that I know about,
wouldn't you just love to see Cad Bane just like show up and then be like, "You've gone soft, kid," or whatever, and you'd just be like, "Oh, yes." Oh my god.
it's Boba's revenge tour.
But like that includes obviously we want to get the rest of them too. We want to get Bossk, you want to get Dengar, you want to get
ESB crew, Cab.
Embo. Would love to see Embo. All those guys. You'd love to see all of the
see
bounty
Embo?
hunters. Yeah, shit, man. Just I'm so ready, Jenny, that you are gonna finally participate in something Star Wars related, because we've been it was like kind of like, by the way, this was Jedi Jive Live number 43, but like back when we were in the first few Jedi Jive lives,
That's craziness, though.
we were always it was like a joke that we always brought up about how Jenny was just like Star Wars is.
She read it.
She had to get Cliff's Notes
Yeah, I read-
for Clone
Read
Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
She read it, yeah.
I
But
read-
now
I read the
Jenny
Clone
is
Wars.
actually
I
gonna,
still
like-
am probably never gonna watch that, but I read it.
Jenny, you're gonna watch Book of Boba Fett live, like real time with me, like
Yeah, and I wasn't around. I
And we're
don't
gonna
think I
react
was
to
even,
it.
Like back on the East Coast yet for the Mandalorian. I think I was still on the West Coast when like both seasons of Mandalorian
We're
came
in,
out.
we're
so I wasn't
in,
even,
we're
like,
in
around
Mando
to
season 2 time.
look at
right
that
now.
with you, but we're in the same place. So
It would have started last.
like, I'm so psyched for this. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
like, as I've
Dimes-
mentioned before.
Dimes to Dollar talked about the Lando show. They haven't heard about that in forever.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with that.
Miller,
It's happening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Dryden Voss
Rangers-
and Amelia Clark.
Rangers
yes.
Rangers has been scrapped, by the way.
Yeah, they had been talking at one point about like a Darth Maul show, and then they're like, "Oh, that's going to be
show.
that's going to be the Kira show, like where
There
they
is
bring Amelia Clark back."
There's a Darth Maul animated show. They can't do live
Oh,
action.
okay.
They were gonna do live action, but if
And
you
then
know
Ray
about- if you know
Park
about
became
Ray
a
Park-
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
that
like
whole situation
it-
happened.
that kills me that we aren't getting a live action Maul show.
But I would take an animated one too with a Sam
I'll
Witwer
take
voice.
it. Oh my god,
yes,
yes.
yes.
But if we could get a live action one,
A lot of people love, dude. Sam Witwer, man. They want like if you ever get Starkiller, you could have him literally play Starkiller.
Starkiller, I just they'd have
It's too much.
They'd have to dumb him down. They'd
it's too
have to
much,
dumb
yeah.
him down for him in order to fit him in.
Oh,
They
man.
can't. He's too powerful. Too
Wow.
powerful.
Anyway, dude,
We
Book of
have to
Boba
do
Fett.
that.
The hype is real. I can't wait. It's the 29th, so we
It's-
really it's more than a month still, and it's
We're-
Marvel will be
basically
kind of will be past Hawkeye. Will be past Spider-Man.
When we get Book of Boba Fett, that's all we're gonna get, and then
Yeah,
we'll
and
be
is
fully
this?
invested
Did we
into
know
it.
Book of Boba Fett is 8 episodes? Is that what it is? Just like Mando?
Uh,
Because Mando, keep in mind, had very
Yeah.
varying episode lengths. Like the first one with Cobb Vanth was
I
like
don't know.
almost an
I think
hour,
it's-
but then
it
like
could
the
be
next
s-
one would be
no,
like
it could be
25
6.
minutes. What?
It could be six. No, I think it's 8. It could be 6 or 8.
Anyway, I do like I
Anyways.
like we'll see what happens with Hawkeye, but knowing that there might be like 6 50-minute episodes, it seems very like solid and like
Yeah.
it doesn't
They-
waffle in any way. Like I
Yeah.
want Book of Boba Fett, like if they're like 30-minute episodes, okay, but make them all 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't have like any
I- I
22-minute
don't-
episodes
I
and
feel like they might vary, which is
yeah,
unfortunate.
or to
but-
have the first episode be an hour and have it be kind of like a
Right,
dual,
right,
like a
right.
double episode, just kind of like that Cobb Vanth episode was.
right.
Um,
But oh boy, yeah, Book
yeah.
of Boba Fett's gonna be.
there are some. By the
crazy.
way, Jenny, like it's funny that we're gonna be reacting together because like there may be a significant number of things that like I might have to explain to you, or like I
Oh,
might react to and you might not because I'll be like, oh, that's that thing, like, and you won't recognize it.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's gonna
but
Because
that's
of like
cool.
Clone Wars tie-ins and stuff like that.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
individual characters you might not know their name or have heard of, or something like who knows? It
I
could
don't
be
think
anything.
I don't think we'll get this, but I'm really, really, really holding out for like a young Boba flashback, like from Clone Wars. I'm holding out for that, but I don't think that'll happen.
A young Boba flashback. Well, you can't get
I was
Daniel
gonna say, he's
Walker.
like-
No, I
Or
know.
what's his name?
You can get him with the helmet on.
Oh,
He's
true.
old
You can take the
now.
helmet off. You know. With this
But I mean,
Clone
like he's
Wars-
like a grown ass man now. He's not like a
No,
kid
no,
anymore.
Yeah.
You'd have to get a new kid actor to play Kid
No,
Boba.
Yeah.
Daniel Logan
No,
would
no.
be yeah.
Daniel Logan. God.
Yeah.
No. Like you keep the helmet on. He's got that cool helmet. Before he has the Mandalorian armor, he has like a cool look. I'd love to see that in live action. That'd be awesome. But anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll get that. But anyway.
I mean, I will be disappointed maybe if we don't get Cad Bane live action. That's why I don't want to talk about it too much because it may not
Yeah.
happen. It may not be something that like.
Well,
Do we even
And
Book of
you'll be
Boba Fett?
so disappointed then.
well,
Book of Boba Fett was a one.
I don't know, man.
Like a one season
see.
thing officially, or are they not given any detail? Like maybe they're
No
open
idea.
to doing more.
I think they'll be open to. I
Because
would be shocked
Mandalorian
if
was-
they weren't open to it. They'll be
Mandalorian
open-
didn't officially have a season 2 until when?
Right. I don't know.
I can't remember. Was it mid season or was it when did they announce season 2?
It
of
might have been
Mandalorian.
during when it was. Yeah, it might have been during when it was airing. Yeah, you might be
I
right.
think. Yeah.
I'm not
can't
sure
remember.
actually. I don't remember. Anyways.
Anyway, that would be. I mean, because Book
Yeah.
of Boba Fett could necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be a one-off thing.
Hmm.
I'm here for any excuse to stay in this universe, in this live action.
It about to be wild.
filmed in the volume.
It about to
Keep
be
giving Disney,
wild.
keep paying people to get in Star Wars costumes and filming Star Wars shows. Just seeing that quick little clip of the two hot Twi'lek chicks, like the orange girl and the purple girl. Twi'leks are the girls with the head tails, Jenny.
Yeah.
And they're
know
always
we're
dressed like
getting-
strippers.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know-
what
I
that-
know
yes,
we
Michael,
are
I'm
getting-
aware.
Okay, all right.
I know for a fact we are getting, I would say, an obscure comic character. I don't know if like comic readers would say it's too obscure, but I say an obscure comic character. If we're getting that character, then we're getting everything. I would be shocked if we weren't getting everything that we've been saying.
XLTD says, do you think any main Mando characters will show up in Book of Boba Fett? Yes.
Din will.
It will. Din, for sure. We heard his voice briefly in the trailer. That alone is like, he already appears in it. So Din, Jaren,
will be in it. I don't
maybe
know.
one episode though, like not like extensively.
There is a couple more, but I don't want to. I kind of forget some of them, so I have
you
to
can't
look
do
again.
too much with Din too, because then people are going to be like, oh, well,
No,
what
no,
about
no, no,
where's
no.
Grogu? Like it's going to be
just-
very
No, it'll be one. I think it'll be a one-up thing.
No, there's going to be no Grogu. There's going to be no like
No
Ahsoka.
Grogu, no.
You might hear mention of Bo-Katan and Moff Gideon.
Sure. I
but-
don't think. Yeah, I do not believe they will be in it.
But maybe only towards the beginning because they had like just briefly interacted with them. Even though Boba Fett was conveniently not on the cruiser at the end of Mando season 2, he was still out in Slave 1. Like, because if he had been there, that would have been a problem. Him and Luke would have had a little bit of a.
That would have been.
Hey, you're the guy that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's just say they might recognize my face. I love that kind of thing, dude, and I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Tamora Morrison is like, dude, what a G. What a dude. When he, dude,
What a,
oh my,
like, actual true badass.
no, but like
He's
honestly,
so
it
cool.
was episode 6 of Mando season 2 where he really gets to like lay into the stormtroopers with his like melee weapons, and then you get to see the knee rockets, which were part of the original Boba design.
Never seen that. Never
we're
seen
gonna,
that before.
yeah, you're gonna see more and more of that stuff. Like just Boba Fett is always that like Inspector Gadget, Batman with his toys, Batman with all his unique gadgets. Like Boba Fett is the guy with the gadgets and the, yeah, I love it.
It's about to be sick.
It's gonna be fun.
Literally
And then
not really.
Slave 1, dude. Slave 1 is fucking. He's got newly repainted Boba armor. His Slave 1 was looking pretty fresh too. So I'm ready to go, man. And then I do want to talk briefly about Cobra Kai. I know Jenny's not in on that, but Cobra Kai is
Cobra Kai about to go.
I
hard.
watch it every day. My son is obsessed with it. He always wants to watch Cobra
You
Kai.
watch it every day.
Well, I mean, yeah, we just like put on an episode of Cobra
Oh, you
Kai. I
do?
just feel like it's one of the to me it's like one of the best shows that you can watch. It's got so
I
much rewatchability.
love
The
it. Yes,
soundtrack
it does.
is amazing.
Beautiful.
Some not all of, but some of the acting is like very underappreciated, particularly William Zabka. I feel like he is
Very
like
much so.
the best actor in that show. And they're not all of it though. There are there's definitely actors in that show where I'm like like particularly Robbie. I don't like the character, but I also don't like the actor very much. It's okay. We'll see what happens.
He
But,
seems like he's gonna have an interesting arc in this season, though.
Yeah,
I will
it
say.
seemed like it took all this time for Daniel LaRusso and Johnny to finally, like maybe we'll finally start working together. But then in that season 4 trailer, they made it like, no, come on, don't be that short-sighted. Like they're always gonna be like competitive with each other and like causing issues. So
Yeah.
we're gonna go in expecting them to be like cooperating. No, like it's gonna be they're still gonna be butting heads.
It's gonna be. I'm so excited. And,
One thing's for sure, though. I feel like Johnny
Why am I-
Lawrence he finally deserves some good things to happen to him.
Yeah.
Like they keep knocking him down over and over again. Like, and he's been consistently like maybe he's made some bad decisions, but like
I'm blanking on his name. Who is the other guy from Karate Kid 3? Kreese?
Terry Silver. Terry Silver. Yeah. Yep.
Silver. Yeah, he's coming in. That's
Some
gonna be
people
crazy.
were suggesting that there's a possibility that Terry Silver would be Miguel's dad because Carmen had mentioned.
What?
When Carmen had mentioned like, oh, like we left her father when I found out he was a very bad man or something, and like it could be a tie-in, but
Dude, I don't know. I mean, that would be something that they would do, though.
although that would make, I don't know, the age thing, like I don't know. Did you know, by the way, that the actor that played Terry Silver is like a year younger than Ralph Macchio in real life?
You're younger. That's
Yeah,
funny.
so Ralph Macchio played
What?
Yeah, I know. Terry Silver the actor is younger than Ralph Macchio.
Well, now I'm thinking about.
Even
Karate
though
Kid
like
3,
Terry
I'm
Silver's supposed to
they
be like
look-
an adult when
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio is supposed to be like a teenager. Yeah, it's
What?
hilarious. Yeah, go look it up. He's like a year younger.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about Karate Kid 3 and like how that's like.
Yeah, and then also Matt Barnes. Or is it Matt Barnes? Right? Is it Matt Barnes? Am I getting his first name right? Yeah, the main guy that Daniel fights in Karate Kid 3.
Oh, is he? in this season?
Well, no, he might be, but
Oh.
like the way I was theorizing it is that he might be a good guy now because like he like resents Kreese and Terry Silver for like corrupting him and like
Right.
ruining his career. So like maybe he'll
Right.
be like a good guy.
That'd be pretty cool.
Anyway, guys,
I'll
I
look
do want
forward
to
to it.
wrap the stream up because Jenny's got to go, and
Yes.
it's been great, and I'm hyped, and I'm glad you guys are too.
A
Hawkeye's
lot of
awesome,
things. Literally, like we're getting so much
so much,
in the
dude.
next.
I don't know if you saw my thumbnail,
month
but I'm
and a
like, I'm
half.
just gonna call this stream "The Holidays Are Gonna Be Lit," dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit.
And then literally all of next year, it's nonstop stuff. We're hitting the
Literally.
stride of just
Yeah.
nonstop stuff now.
And I'm like seriously impressed at how Marvel has been able to maintain at this like with their foot on the accelerator like this long, like, and not have us not be like just like I'm so over
5
Marvel. Like,
shows, 4 movies.
yeah, so many shows, so many movies, and my hunger has not slowed. So that like whatever crack they're putting in there, you know,
Yep.
keep doing it, keep doing it.
Keep putting the
'Cause
crack in there, yeah.
I'm addicted and I want
that's
more.
what that's what they say.
Yeah, man. So anyway, guys, Jenny, Johnny, thank you for being here, guys. As usual, you're awesome, guys. If you haven't been over to All New Nerds, I know most of you have, but all New Nerds, Johnny's channel, they are so freaking close to 1,000 subs,
Levi
bro.
and Dylan, we're literally right there. We're hoping to get it.
So close, and you know, in the next few weeks between Hawkeye and Book of Boba, you get yeah. I can't wait to have a celebration with you guys when you finally get. Where are you? What's the number today? What's it at? You're at 9 something, 950, 960.
Let's see.
Where are the All New Nerds at?
It is
Oh,
963.
963. Jeez, man, you need 37.
Mm-hmm.
So you could get that today, man.
We can't get that today. I don't have any.
Guys, if
video
you
plans
haven't
today.
subbed to All New Nerds, go over there right now. Just like, do you remember? I feel like it was when
If
you
you
guys
haven't
passed
subscribed,
you
jump
passed
on over to the Other
800.
Nerds and do so.
I know.
You passed 800 for the first time. I feel like we celebrated, and then like you got unsubbed by a bunch of people the same day, and it like
well,
went
'cause
back.
It was for, yeah.
So it was
You
just
know-
like
we know why.
womp
We know
womp.
why, but yeah.
All
Anyways,
right, guys.
yes.
Good stuff. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to chat with you guys some more. Maybe
That's
next
right.
week on Saturday for Hawkeye episode 3.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys
well-
next week. We love
well-
you.
Hope we have something fun to talk about.
Yes.
Peace, guys.
Bye, everybody.